everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Mortal Spheres. Now, you may have noticed that there is a fundamental person missing at the moment. That is because of a power outage, unfortunately. So, we're going to do something, as we are saying in chat, a little bit weird. Before we do that, let's go around and let's do our social links, and then we'll come around and say hello to all these wonderful people around the table. So first of all, check out our Discord, our Twitter, and our YouTube. Discord is a safe, inclusive space where you can talk about TTRPGs and all the other wonderful things that are going on in the community. Twitter, send me a DM and I'll get you a game. It's that simple. Just send me a DM and I'll get you a game. Even if it's not this season anymore, I will definitely get you a game within the next 6 months currently. And also YouTube, you can go and check out the YouTube. All of these games get uploaded to YouTube before the next episode is live, so you can go and catch up. You can go and look at some other shows that we do. We do all sorts. We cover all genres and all sorts of things, so it's worth checking out. We also have a Patreon. You can support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month, and we appreciate every dollar. We use a part of that revenue to commission articles, which are free for you to view. You can go and check those out, even if you don't pledge. They are about TTRPGs, RPGs, and the community, etc., conventions, all that sort of relevant stuff to this hobby. And we also do things like we often upload this game's Zoom chat to the Patreon as well. For pledgers. We also have merch. If you would like to get a crest on your chest, head over to the Redbubble, where you can slap one on pretty much anything. And also, we have sponsors. We have Bird in the Storm Publishing, who create modules for D&D and other TTRPGs. You can check out their stuff on the YouTube right now. We have Clearing the Midnight Wield available on there, which is a Bird in the Storm module. It was a ton of fun. We did it over Christmas, so you might have to scroll down a little bit. Also, we are sponsored by Mage Hand Press, who made the Dark Matter Alpha, a sci-fi expansion for D&D 5e. We use it on Thursdays to play D&D in space, and it's a ton of fun. I nearly said boy howdy. I've been hanging around Rene too much. Next, viewers who practice plagiarism. Oh, plagiarism. I see what you mean. I thought you meant like plagiarizing. I was like, what? No, no one's plagiarizing us. I hope not. Tweet. Go and tweet the tweet. It's only got one retweet at the minute. What's going on? Go and tweet the tweet, because the tweet gets tweeted, and then we do crazy stuff. We get oddities and things. Which reminds me, I should find my Numenera book, which is where I'll undoubtedly take my oddities.
I've got a list.
Excellent. Alice is in charge of the oddities today.
What?
So that's where we'll put that thing. So let's go round and say hello to everyone. Why don't we go clockwise around the screen, starting with Zelda.
Hi, I'm Zelda, or Zelayanami, as it says probably above my head. And I play Sei Hanekawa, and she is an ex-Olympian. Ex because she now is missing but reacquired some limbs that may or may not be her normal limbs. Spoiler alert, they're definitely not her regular limbs. Yeah, she is a prosthetic owner and wearer. They're pretty cool prosthetics though, because you know the future holds all this wonderful science stuff, and we have good cyborg style prosthetics. That's how we're playing this, and I hope you can enjoy her personality as much as I hope that I do.
And you are sitting on a veritable wedge of rerolls there. I think you've got like 6 or 7 available.
That's because chat's amazing.
Chat is amazing, and chat loves you, clearly. Next around, we have Hans Chen. Oh, hi, Hans. Hans? I don't know.
You're struggling today, Scrag.
No, it's okay. I was busy typing a scathing rebuke of Zelda's rolling in chat right there, so pardon me. Am I saying who I am, or am I saying who my character is right now?
You can say either and both. Why not both?
Sure, why not? Hey guys, I'm Hans. Thanks for having me back here, even after the things I do every week. I really appreciate that. Additionally, just putting this out there because I know that it's going to make Alice excited, but she's got too many games already. I'm going to be doing some Numenera starting next week, so check out my Twitch channel. But Alice will be so busy, and we'll need that time to recover, so no pressure.
Numenera is so bad.
Well, I'm just trying to twist that torture knob. Okay, so I'm playing Harold Yamakawa. He is a totally average, normal guy who likes to solve mysteries and has nothing exciting about him whatsoever.
I've got a feeling we might learn more about Harold today, and I'm excited.
I'm going to try my best not to have that happen.
Next around, we have Alice.
Hi, I'm Alice. I'm also White Rabbit Pick, and I am playing Emery Chapman, who also has nothing wrong with her past and is absolutely fine. And the last person she wants to find out is, in fact, Hans's character, Harold. So, yay. We're both going to be trying to hide our past, but it's going to be very, very difficult.
Okay, interesting. Well, this is purely out of character today, so everything we do today will not affect the main narrative. It does not become character knowledge, it just becomes player knowledge to us here. What we are going to do, chat, is we are going to go round the players individually, and we are going to pay a visit to a time in their lives that holds an interesting story. The way we will do this is we'll go around, we will ask each other a question, and we can answer that question with yes, I do remember that, and or no, I don't remember that, but, which gives us room to move away from subjects we might not want to broach. So, who should go first? I would be willing to go first if anyone else would like to volunteer. We're doing the nose thing? Zelda looks keen.
I don't have an idea where to jump in, but I mean, if someone has an idea that they could jump in on my background, I would be happy to.
I have a question
oblige.
for you, Zelda.
You do.
Do you remember when Sei decided to become an athlete?
Oh, I haven't thought about it too much, but I think that, like, being that Sei is quite tall, it being the kind of like track and field, like you get to do it in like middle school and high school, and it just becomes one of those things that you're like, oh, maybe I do like this. And her personality being that kind of like ADHD and has to move all the time, it was like one of those, it fills like your brain space, and it's like it gets your body moving, and it was something that like really I think it did challenge her, but I think it also had some kind of like I want to say almost focus, like it's something that she could like latch onto and really excel at, and that was something that she immediately grabbed and held on to. And I think that would be somewhere probably like between middle and high school, like you hit that kind of growth spurt, and then you figure out you're just sorry.
And no, you carry on. You carry on. And also, if you guys want to jump in as well, we can all jump in at any time. Was there like a defining event or anything like that made her like, this is the thing? Or was it like a series of events? Maybe a small section that we could visit that like led up to it? What did you do before you knew you wanted to be an athlete? Did you know?
I don't think Sei had much of a thought about it, being that she was probably quite young, probably 13 or 14, and then maybe around 15 years old, probably getting into the track and field scene at school. As like one of the teachers was probably like, you're like fast and you've got all these things. And I mean, I'm a teacher, so I'm not supposed to say that you're not all that smart, but I mean,
Hold. I want to be the teacher. I'm taking the teacher role right now.
Okay,
you're as thick as two short planks, but boy, can you run.
Oh yeah, no, I would not doubt it at all if that was a thing that happened.
You other guys, any NPC that you like, you can just claim. It's yours. I'm going to take the maths teacher, Dr. Long. I'm going to take Dr. Long, who, alright, at the end of the day, bell goes, alright, class dismissed.
Okay, but where is Sei going to school? Is she in Japan?
Oh, yeah. Where is Sei going to school?
She's American. She went to school in a kind of, think like Chicago, Brooklyn style kind of suburb area. It's not like she's definitely not from high class roots, but she's in there, and she's
Yeah,
just
thank you,
kind of
Hans. I didn't even think about that.
No, it's good. So if you're a math teacher who is a doctor, there is probably a good reason you're very upset that you're working at this inner city middle school. So that makes sense.
Yep.
And why is Say running? I missed the reason that she's running in this scene.
So maybe we'll find out shortly. Dr. Long, all right, class dismissed. Say, before you leave, I'd like to have a short discussion with you. Everyone else, I'll see you on Monday.
My name is Francis, and I am a boy who is also in this class. I am staying up front. I have a sheaf of papers that is this thick, and I am refusing to leave until Dr. Long approves of my work in some fashion. So as I move to the front of the class and hold my sheaf of papers up, Dr. Long, you said that you would look at this and see if maybe I could turn all of this paperwork in for partial credit. I know it's a month late, but I did do all the work, and I'm going to get in a lot of trouble if I don't get my grade up.
You've clearly put a
My
lot
bus
of...
leaves in 45 minutes.
You've clearly put a lot of effort in, Francis. I'll take a look this weekend, and why don't we discuss it first thing Monday morning? If you can come in 20 minutes early, and I'll discuss it with you in my office.
But my bus doesn't get here 20 minutes early.
Oh, yes, of course.
You can hear George snoring at the back of the class, who's definitely not realised the bell has gone off and has been asleep through the thing.
Listen, it's very good, Francis, it's very good. But there's just far too much of it. There's like 80 pages here. I would turn this down if it was a dissertation submission.
But I have all those back assignments. This is all of my back assignments. From that time where I had my appendix out.
Each one of these is 4 A4 sides. I mean, obviously you've put a lot of effort in, and that is commendable. I commend hard work. Look, let's work through this one together quickly. See, what you can do is, you don't have to write out all these sentences about it. You can just write the equations. And then that's all I'm going to do when I mark this is skip through all these words until I see the equation here on page 2, and I'm going to put a tick.
Okay. Yeah.
So you've put in a lot of work, but you're making it hard for yourself.
Oh, okay. I'll work on it this weekend, and I'll come back in on Monday with all that.
Excellent. Good work. Yes. Compress.
Nice.
See you later, Francis.
Yep.
And I take a sheet of paper and I just throw it at George.
Ah! It's 35. The answer is 35.
No, the number is 35, and it's the number of the bus that you're going to miss if you don't get lost.
Yep, thanks, sir. And just sort of like crashes through a couple of the desks as tiredly grabs their bag and runs out the room.
Now, Say, I know your bus is leaving soon. Just a moment of your time.
Yeah, of course.
Your grades.
Yeah, about that, I just don't get it. It's...
I know. You turn up to every class and you always put in a lot of effort, but there's just something not quite clicking there. However, I've been speaking to the other teachers and we've noticed your passion for the physical education.
Well, yeah, I do really well in PE, and the teacher's always telling me how fast I run and I can do high jump and all that kind of thing. I think it's really just kind of I'm taller than most of the other girls, so.
Okay, well, listen, there are things you can do to try and get scholarships and things, so you can still go to college, because honestly, I mean, I would be willing to put in the work with you, but it would probably take a private tutorship to get you up to I'm being frankly honest, to get you up to a passing grade, it's going to take a lot of work. And if you are an athlete, you can probably get into a college on those grounds.
I would love that. I mean, I will put in all the time I can, and I just need passing grade so that I can keep doing this.
Yes, we can get you passing grade. We'll get you that. But we won't be able to get you college automatic entry grade. which is obviously how the American system works. I understand it deeply as an American person with a hilariously English accent. Now, what are you doing this weekend?
I mean, I was trying out for the track team. They seem really enthused by my coming out. And
Good. Yes, this weekend track meet, brilliant. When you are there, look out for a Sally. Sally Lunn. She is once a famous runner. She I've just killed Alice.
For anyone who doesn't know, Sally Lunn is a very British name for a type of cake. There's a type of cake called a Sally Lunn. They're really
But
good.
is it directly in front of Scrat right now? As
No.
he's doing it?
No, you had you have to go very specific places to get it made.
So yes, Sally Lunn. Usually you can call her Sally, but maybe introduce yourself as Miss Lunn. She would gladly help train you.
that
Gladly.
would be amazing. That's amazing. So she'll be at the track when I go on the weekend? Does she run the track meetings?
She doesn't run them, but she will be there watching your form. She might even be able to give you some tips on the day. Who knows? But she's very sympathetic, and she likes to help out youngsters who are more athletic, shall we say?
I absolutely. I'll make sure I take a look for her and see if I can find her.
Now, this doesn't excuse you from the maths homework. I still expect your answers in on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, those. I will start on them as soon as I get home.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Now, hurry along. Your bus is probably arriving.
Oh,
Good job.
and
You
I'm
can
gonna-
run fast, eh?
I'm gonna grab my bag and kind of like race out the door.
We'll end that scene there. Do you want to do a home scene, or shall we go straight to the track meet tomorrow? I'm interested in Say's home. I'm interested. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
If we want to continue, that I'm more than happy to continue to expand on.
Please.
So, I'd say Say's home is pretty like. She obviously lives in an apartment. It's probably a pretty busy area. So I mean, goes up and walks to her multi home apartment kind of thing, the complex building, and goes up the flights of stairs and unlocks the door. And her mom's already probably given her a key and everything. She's not too far from the school. Like she's probably in biking distance, or for people who are athletic, they could probably run it without too much problem. But walking it would probably take you a good 40 minutes. So it's not the greatest looking home. It's lived in. It's like how you walk into like almost like a first apartment kind of thing, where you're paying $600 a month for 2 room, and it's small. Kind of just flops down on the bed and probably forgets about her homework until almost bedtime, and then stays up too late trying to get it all done, thus not having too many answers on the page. But she has parents at home. She has both of her parents, and they're kind and probably supportive of what she's trying to do. And if one thing comes to another, they'd probably support her in almost any kind of endeavor that she can set her mind to, being that she's not the focus type. She kind of bounces back and forth from thing to thing. She's like, I want to try this, I want to try this, I want to try this, and it's like nothing is staying too long. That's that ADD mentality where you can't nail down what you want. And as soon as like she tells her family, she's like, I want to run, I want to do long jump, and I want to be able to just, everything is moving so fast, and it makes it so enjoyable. And I don't know, I can't explain it. It's like adrenaline, but like better. it's like I'm sitting down at the paper and it doesn't click. It doesn't click to me, and now it's like something has been handed to me that I can hold on to, and it's. Do you ever feel like that? Like she's probably talking to one of her parents or both of them at this point.
Would anyone like to nab an NPC parent? I can take an NPC parent if we want. Okay. Okay. So Chicago.
Try and do Chicago accent.
Not talk. Well, now listen. I get what you're saying, and I appreciate that, sweetie. I really do. I don't know why I've gone for Chicago accent. That's just because apparently that's where you're from. But obviously, I'm probably actually like, I don't know what nationality are your parents? Are they American? Are they?
Mom's Japanese, dad's American.
Oh, okay, there we go. That's handy.
I'm not touching that.
You're good. You're good.
Okay. Well, now I get what you're saying. Things always are moving fast. What does your dad do for a living?
Heck, he's probably some sort of labor worker or something that he makes decent money, but it's not like one of those like super fanciful jobs that get you praise kind of idea.
Yeah. Now you see,
I will be playing the part of Zelda's mom, Say's mom. So we're clear.
Thank you.
Now you see, I was never too good at school either. I never knew what I wanted to do. I ended up just working labor, and don't get me wrong, it's you know, it's a good thing to do. I build things, but it's gonna be short-lived. You really want to get yourself into some sort of you want to get yourself some grades or something, and make something of yourself. You need to focus up.
I mean, I try. It's not like I don't try and do all the homework and all the. It's just that like I can spend hours on things, and the other kids get them within minutes, and it just doesn't seem to come.
What are you going to do if you get hurt? If you get hurt, how are you going to make any money or go to school at all if you're only going to school as an athlete?
I mean, I will try to get my grades up. I mean, it's not like I can't do these things. It's just it's really hard, and this is something that I enjoy, and it's not.
You know, you should follow your dreams. I mean, come on, sweetie.
How many children try to go to the Olympics every year?
Lots.
Thousands?
Probably.
You need to work hard at your schooling as well if you're going to pursue this, or else you will find yourself with no other options and you will be working a terrible job.
I know you're right, and
To be fair, sweetie, now don't get me wrong, I think you should follow your dreams, but it does kind of remind me of boxing when I was about your age. And the thing with boxing is you get some real quick hits, but I didn't have any schooling or anything, and they spit you up and chew you out.
Yeah. I have a track meeting on the weekend. I heard that there's not a coach, but kind of like a talent scout kind of thing, and that she'd be able to give me some pointers and stuff. And I mean, I really do well in PE already, and the physical education it's one of those fun things that I don't know, I just enjoy it a lot. And
your dad will rest a hand on your mother's shoulder, and I don't think your mother's saying that you shouldn't give it a go. She's just saying don't let it be the only option.
Say, you know you're fast. You know you like to be fast. Tomorrow, you have to impress this talent scout. You have to show them what you can really do.
Of course.
And if not, you will work 10 times as hard at school.
Yes, Mom. Of course. I mean, I always work hard at school. It's just my brain's always there.
Say, it's getting quite late, isn't it? Haven't you got any homework to do? I haven't seen you do any.
Oh shoot! Yes, I have math. Oh god, doctor is gonna kill me. Yes, I gotta do that right away. And yeah, again, running to the room and trying to put answers on paper.
I think you probably hear the muffled sort of like, she is a good kid, sweetie. She tries hard. You know that.
She is a good kid, and she can do more than just run.
Well, that's true, but if she enjoys it, I enjoyed boxing, and I don't regret it. I just, wish I'd had more options.
You got punched in the head too many times.
I'm gonna go get myself a beer.
I love that so much. Oh my god, it's my mom.
Okay.
Thank you. Beautiful scene. Thank you so much.
Oh my god, it's like watching my parents.
This is semi-autobiographical. If my father ever watches this, I hope he will appreciate the fact that I brought his life to the screen.
Oh, that was so fun.
So, next day.
Being that I assume it was probably would that be a Thursday or a Friday? We're probably getting close to the weekend, I imagine, and because I'm still supposed to be handing things in today, I think. So.
Oh no, we can wind forward to the track day if you want. We don't have to go through a whole bunch of school stuff.
Yes, wonderful. We'll do that. It is Saturday, then we'll say.
Are we starting the apartment, or are we starting at the track meet?
Up to you, sir.
Let's just start the track. We'll see. We'll go.
Okay, so important backstory. Say's mom made her a breakfast so big that she is waddling, and she packed all of her stuff for her in her bag meticulously, and it was waiting for her when she woke up. So all she basically had to do was roll out of bed and eat.
And your dad was at work early. He's picking up some weekend hours, trying to do right.
I just, if I don't see my mom on the way out, I write a thank you note on the kitchen table and pack everything away and race out the door. And I'm going to grab my bike, actually. I'll have a bike and bike to school. Or to the track. I am assuming that the track is at the school. And yeah, we'll show up, and it's like the track is pretty well maintained. And I mean, as inner city schools go and how funding goes in the US for education systems, I'm not bringing anything up further than that. And it's not bad. And I mean, I imagine there's probably half a dozen to a dozen kids already there as well, of various genders, and probably a couple adults, as well as our Sally, that is an ex-important someone.
Sally. Oh god, I'm Sally, aren't I? I'm Sally Lunn. Now, say, do you arrive late or on time?
I imagine for something like this, I'm rarely on time, but I probably made it on time.
Yeah, she'll see you and be like, here, now.
Yes, of course. And kind of drop my bike kind of just in the playground, or the track area inside the fence, and then run over.
Have you done a warm-up? Have you done your stretches?
I haven't got to it yet.
Well, drop and give me 10 then.
Yes, of course, and I will do exactly that as fast as I can.
Yeah, and every time you get to 10, she goes, one more, one more, one more.
This is almost 20.
And now I'd say I'm channeling my inner Scraticus, because this is how he gets me to work out. It's hell. Do you feel ready for today?
Yeah, I mean, I said I didn't do a warm-up, but I did bike all the way here, so that's kind of like warming up a little bit.
Don't talk properly. I'm going to need you to keep doing them.
I'm sorry. What was the question again? Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
You are breathing fine. If you can talk to me as coherently as you are, I need you to do 10 sit-ups now.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll get down and start doing sit-ups.
Okay, now jump up. Stretch.
Of course. And I will start stretching my legs and kind of work from the ankles up. And
Okay then, come on. And she'll start jogging off towards the track.
I will keep up with her. Is the coach here? Or are you coaching today?
I am the coach.
Sorry, this is actually my first track meeting.
I know. I'm just getting you ready for every track meeting.
Okay, so 15 minutes early next time. Got it.
It's probably for the best. Right, there it is. Go on then, do a lap.
Absolutely, and I will take off in a kind of a run, not obviously not a sprint or anything, but just.
And she sort of shouts to you, as she pulls out a whistle, she's like, every time I blow this whistle, I want you to sprint, as she blows the whistle.
Absolutely, and I will take off.
Then she blows again, for you to slow down, and then she starts doing it fairly quickly, like 1, 2.
This is a lot harder than I thought.
Do you feel warm now?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Looks like we got a new friend.
I hope I am doing all right.
I'll tell you when you finish. Another lap.
Yes, ma'am. And I will take off again.
Yeah, I hate working out with Scrap. Just.
So this is what working out with Scrat is like.
Yeah.
It's so true as well. I'm awful. I'm terrible.
I actually enjoy working out with people like that, so don't worry about it.
I could do a lot of arm gestures. Come on, keep up with me. Keep up with me. Don't lag.
Yes, yep.
I do that to her so much.
What are you going to do when she gets all buff and she can beat you up, though?
Yeah. Oh, I'm just going to stop feeding him and then he'll become weak.
Oh, no, I mean, he should be watching out for you.
Oh, no, he should be.
Yeah.
And she's sort of jogging, not as fast as you, but she's jogging around. And she just keeps getting you to do laps, and she keeps getting you to do push-ups and like the commando push-ups and squats until you are having to lay on the floor to breathe.
You can tell that like the push-ups and stuff are starting to tire Say out, but like the running, she's sweating, but she doesn't have any of those signs of like extreme fatigue. Like she's I don't normally do too many push-ups or sit-ups or anything, but I do a lot of running and
Do some
normal.
then.
Oh, yes, and I will get down and do more more push-ups and more sit-ups.
Yeah, and she again will keep doing it until you get into your head that you should not be like in any way capable of doing this. She runs you into the ground. And then probably as you collapse, she'll give you a slap on the back and pull you up. She's quite a large woman. Very tall. There you go. Do that 3 times a week and you'll be fine.
3 times a week. What are the other track days? We meet every Saturday and
then you do Tuesday evening and you do Thursday evening. And I suggest if you want to keep up with it, I do some things at home.
of course. I run every once in a while. I mean, maybe once or twice a week, but that's about it. Is there anything else you recommend?
Yes, eat properly.
And I will go and get my boxed lunch from my mother and sit down cross-legged in the track and just start eating. Speaking of food. you said you'd say if I did well or not at the end of the meeting? At the end of the training session thing?
Yes.
Did I do
will.
well?
You're on a
I'm
break,
going to...
my dear.
Okay, and I'm going to put away my box lunch because I know if I eat too much, I will be hurting for the rest of the training session.
And all she does for the rest of the training session is literally gets you to do laps, sprinting, jogging, sprinting, jogging. And as you get halfway around the track, she'll get you to do like those horrific things, burpees, halfway through. And then when you're laying down on the grass trying to calm down, I'm guessing the parents will probably rock up. And if they do, they will just see this trainer stood there. Just straight.
Is there going to be a race today? Or?
No.
No, we're just... This is a good old training session.
This is a training day. We don't burn ourselves out fully in a race. Adam.
Love you, darling. So I guess we'll turn up maybe in your dad's truck? Like he's got a pickup that he keeps his...
Yeah, he probably does, yeah. Tools and everything.
Guess we'll wander across it towards the end of the training session, I guess. Like, Sweetie, how'd it go?
I hope very well. I've been running since this morning. Mom, thank you for the food.
You're welcome. Is this your coach?
Yes, this is...
Introduce your coach.
This is Sally. She's this person I was talking about.
Hello, Mrs. Lunn. Fantastic.
You can see my daughter is very talented.
She is very talented. She keeps up with everything. It's rather impressive.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
And you. You have a very talented daughter here, and if she keeps this up for 3-4 times a week, I can't see why she wouldn't achieve her goals.
She will do that.
I will do that.
Will.
Dad just looks across to Mum like...
And Sally looks at the dad like...
Yeah, she'll do that. Don't worry, she'll do that.
Fantastic.
Hey, thank you, coach.
Thank you, Coach. I'll see you again on Tuesday, of course.
All the females in your life right now. He's like... stern. Good.
Well,
I want you to do 3 more laps on top of what you did today by next Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Now, should she do them now?
Yeah, why not? Go on, cool down.
Say.
Yes, Mom. And I will start doing my 3 more laps.
You will hear a whistle blow every halfway around.
Of course I do.
Should we give her a lift home? Maybe I should put her bike in the truck.
Well, cycling helps stretch out your legs. And her bag will be lighter. I saw she ate lunch.
Yeah, I
One
can...
more lap.
bike home.
Keep on going. I'm talking to your parents.
Oh, yep. Take off
Fine.
again.
We will go home. She can ride her bicycle home.
Trapped between these 2 powerful women. Well, okay. Thank you very much, Coach. Let's head back, I guess. Hey, why don't we eat out tonight? We can have a treat.
Yes.
Great. I half surprised that went over. Okay, let's go. I don't think anyone could fail in this environment. Like, it's just too much.
I would, because again, like And I'm a horrible person to train when it's Scrat training me.
I love it. I love it so much. It's like, do more all the time. More.
Okay, you're done. Cycle home then.
Yes.
I want
It
to know
was-
how long it takes you on Tuesday.
Do you have a stopwatch or something I could borrow?
You should probably get one, but yes, here's one.
And I will take it, and I will start it as soon as I get it and run to grab my bike and take off.
Go, go, go!
Important question. Is this Say's special stopwatch that we are seeing right now?
I'd say so.
That's- yeah.
Nice tie-in.
Well done. Well done. I was going to criticize you for not knowing your phone had a stopwatch on it.
This
Yeah.
woman does not allow a phone near the tram.
Awesome.
Also,
And so I guess is that Say's awakening to
That's yeah, I imagine so. That was an incredible moment of, hey, you have so much stuff to work on. I love it.
First, last thing though, Tuesday morning in the maths room. Yes, if you could all hand in your maths papers, looks at Say.
I will hand it in and I will say, I'm sure at least half of these are right. And you see that like 3/4 of them are filled in.
Well, let's see how the mark turns out. Well done for getting this one in.
Yes, I worked all night on them.
Yes, and Francis. Okay, let's see what you've got this time.
Francis only has 4 pages of paper this time. Okay, I didn't write all of the answers out longhand this time. I just tried to write the equations.
George is asleep on the bus. He never got in.
No, you know what? Actually, you've done quite well here. Yes, that one's right. That one's right. You can see you've got a mistake in the 3rd row there. The C carries over. You've cancelled it out of the right hand, but not the left hand. And your proof isn't a proof. You can't just write n equals n and call it a proof. You have to prove that n is n by going through the steps like we talked about on Thursday. Excellent work. End. Finn. Scrat just wants to do math.
So when anyone ever
True.
sees my posts about D&D fitness with Scrat, you please understand my pain.
It's all so true. That is 100% what I'm like. I'm one of them people that sits over a stopwatch while Alice is holding a squat, like, hold it. Hold it.
And I am the person who is cursing at him, telling him he's an evil human being, and he's lucky I married him. He was doing it.
You know I said 60-second squat, but I think 90-second is what I meant.
And the very truthful thing is, like, when you've got to, like, 60 sit-ups and you're dying, and he's like, one more. No, one more. Now do one more. And you're just like...
I love it. It's amazing.
So where should we go next? Anyone want to volunteer? Anyone have a question about another player? I've done a question about Say. Has anyone got a question about another player? Anything?
Why is Breck insane?
Oh, that is a good question.
No.
Oh. Yes, I do know why Breck is insane. And
You don't want to approach it, that's fine.
No. It started in middle school. When he could differentiate and integrate in his head. And people used to bully him, and you're gonna hate this, but he decided that high school wasn't a place for intelligent people.
You are a... So welcome to actual Scrat again. I'm gonna drink my beer.
Yeah, so he...
Not a place for intelligent people, Morty.
Not Morty. No, literally, he was at school, and people used to pick on him for being smart. He never was bothered about running or about appearance or about social interactions or any of that stuff. He just used to turn up to class when things were due, hand in the papers all correct, and leave again. And he decided that all he actually got from school was bullying, so he decided to home study himself, which is how he ended up. First of all, he stayed at his parents for a while, but that didn't work out because he also didn't get a job. So he'd be at his parents just working on things, making stuff. He would be the sort of kid that would write viruses and send them into antivirus software companies to get cash rewards. And he was just very recluse. Do you want to jump in on any of those?
Hi, I'll be playing the part of a bully.
This is Zelda's one way. I'm gonna get my own back.
I really want to see that. I'm actually, yeah, that would be something to watch.
Okay.
Did George go to the school? Like, how old is this?
If you like, I mean, it's probably a fair while before, because Say's quite young, right? Whereas Breck's a bit older.
Yeah. How in our kind of relative ages, I think we're probably, I don't know. How old is Breck?
Very good question. I picture him at mid-40s, but I'm going to double check that now.
I don't think Breck knows.
Like 30.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think Breck knows.
I seem to recall just saying 30.
If you're mid-40s, you're probably at least 15 years older than me.
Yeah, okay, so we'll go back to a 90s, maybe 90s, 80s, 90s schooling then. Oh yeah.
Where? America? Or
Wait, do we have to do
God,
Irish
you in
accents?
Ireland? Are you in a Catholic school in Ireland?
Yes, I'm in a Catholic school in Ireland. Good luck, y'all.
Gotta be an Irish bully then.
Oh no.
Does that mean that we have to be nuns? I don't know how that works.
You don't have to be nuns. They do also hire doctors and things. They just,
My dad went to this school.
Yeah, it's one of them things where generally I think it's probably an all boys school, like grammar school, back before grammar schools were made not a thing anymore. Where all boys grammar school, you had some doctors, some nuns, and that sort of thing teaching.
Sorry, Michael Wayne has already got to the joke I was going to go for. Like, near, far away.
Yeah, and so like it would probably be like one of the times that he turns up to class because he didn't very often. So there was a paper that was going to be graded for like 20% of the mark. Welcome, Wandering DM. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh hi. Yeah, he probably had a grade that that needed to be got, so he brought in his working. And it's one of them things like, I don't know if you ever had a kid like this at your school, but the kid that walks in and the teacher doesn't recognize them.
Yes, I know what that is like.
To me in college.
So he just walks in like, hey, good morning, miss. You right?
Good morning, and take your seat.
Right, well, actually, I've kind of come in late because, I didn't want to hang about, really. I've just got all the work done.
You've got all of it done.
Well, I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is curriculum Q4, right? Maths Core Q4.
Is correct.
Yeah, no, I've done the whole curriculum.
What's your name, boy?
Breck. Call him Breck.
We'll give it here then.
There you are. There's the first lot from there. You can see all my answers. I mean, obviously, because I've got the answers as well. You can see all my work in there. And here's the bits on integration, differentiation. There's powers of, powers and extrapolation. It's all there. Oh, and I did a lab as well. I did a lab on strengths.
Have you been in my class before? Ever?
Yes. I was here. You remember last year when we had that registration, the mandatory graded registration?
So you're telling me that you came to one class and then did all this?
No, not because of the class.
And she stares at you for a moment. I might want to talk to your parents.
Oh yeah, sure.
Get out.
All right, fair enough.
This is Irish school, it's tough.
Yeah. All right. Well. Cheers, miss. Thanks for not
Don't
doing me.
call me that.
All right. Sir. Fair enough. I'll see you later.
Go on.
Runs.
Go on.
Jesus.
Do we need to have bullies come in at this point?
Can do.
Miss, can I use a hall pass?
What's a hall pass?
I don't know. I need to use the bathroom. I don't know how to say that in Ireland.
Just like that. I need to use
Just,
that.
it's just like Nelson go.
In America, we have to ask for a hall pass sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, nothing like that here. Usually, yeah, go on, next time do it between lessons. That's usually how it used to be for us.
Right. So as several of us Irish bullies are accosting Quan in the hallway, is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Zelda, feel free to jump in here on the bullying if you want.
Yes, I will be late to school as bullies usually are, and I will just meet up with you outside of the classroom.
Look at this. He came back to class again.
You right there, Baz?
You came back to class again, did ya? I'm so
Yeah, we are not Irish.
That's fine.
No, we're definitely not Irish.
Well, no, not really. I just came in and handed all of the work in.
Oh, so he's a smart one.
I thought we told him not to show his face around here again.
I reckon we did, didn't we?
Yeah, but I didn't really show my face now, did I? I just showed him my work in.
You're
That
here
same
though.
smart look he had last time he was here too.
He thinks he's pretty smart, don't he?
Do you think you're smart?
Look, idiot says what?
Shove.
Yeah.
I remember that one from last time.
Yeah, I'm not going to be caught up in that now.
All right, look. Look, Gerard, miss.
Looks.
Tries to run.
I'm going to see if I can grab him. I'm going to...
You,
How quick-
yeah, you can. You can grab.
Yeah, I'm just going to reach an arm out and grab an arm. Oh, where do you think you're going?
Well, I've just been dismissed, you see. Got to get off, and I'm sure you've got detention or something to get to, so... you know, you might as well just both be on with our ways, really, mightn't we?
I don't have detention tonight, but I probably will after they find you behind the dumpster. And I will put one nice fist into Breck's lovely stomach. That was a weird way to put that. I'm sorry again.
We're just not very good bullies, really. I mean,
You two are
We're
both...
definitely not good at
You're
You
so
have a
polite.
really nice face.
You're so polite about
you're
it.
perfectly smooth and beautiful.
Sorry if you don't mind. I'm just going to like shove my fist into a really pretty face. Would you just... Yeah.
What's your skincare routine?
Chat, we will also be queuing our safety system just to make sure everybody's having fun bullying. So
There's a comment card after.
How were you satisfied with your bullying today?
I'm much happier just being a mean parent than I am trying to bully. And also Irish, that's just much harder.
I think as this punch comes into the stomach, you hear a door open, and the teacher walks out. What the heck are you all doing out here? You were supposed to be going to the toilet. What are you doing? And like, she walks over and just cuffs you both upside of the head.
Oh, I was just helping him up off the ground, miss.
He fell
Is that-
down.
Is that what you were doing?
No, that's it, miss. Yeah, I just fell over. They're just helping me up.
You just fell over.
Yeah, no, there's a wet patch on the floor there. I think the mop person's just been around.
This is
Pick
why
'em
you
up
need
and-
to take your physical education lessons. If you can't walk in a fucking straight line, get back to class. And you, if you're gonna go to the toilet, do it now. Otherwise, I'm gonna make you hold for the rest of the day.
All right.
I go in the opposite direction to the buzzards.
I should get back to class too.
Yeah.
I'll hurry off down the hall.
And you just say, and follow Zelda back down the corridor.
And Brick would undoubtedly head back home, where he is building a car.
Does it hit 88 miles an hour?
No,
And what's the point?
no, it's just a car. He doesn't. He's not. They're not making it pretty. They're just doing it for the sake of doing something. They've built an engine. Anyone in the house will know that he's there. I don't think his mum's around. It's only his dad, and their dad doesn't really understand them at all. As no one really does, really, because they're mental. You know, they're just really good at maths without really, you know.
Dibs on the dad. Also, just enjoying being parents in general lately.
Yeah, you're gonna want to meet your parents.
So you'd
What
start
exactly does your dad do?
He works in a factory in Ireland. He's a factory worker. He just runs machines. They're in manufacture, so they just produce small metal parts. He runs an array of machines.
He is seated in front of the television in the lounging reclining chair. He has a beer which is balanced on his stomach, and he is holding the remote with the other hand.
Yeah, and he'll probably hear, like, Breck wouldn't come into the house. They'd probably just go straight into the garage and carry on tinkering with this engine. So you'd hear, like, tools and stuff clanging about out there. Probably your tools.
Oi, Quan!
Yes,
Is that
da!
Okay, all right. Hey, put a pizza in the oven.
Put a pizza in the oven. Yeah, alright, just give me 10 minutes.
Oh dear, he's fucking around with your tools again, ain't he?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna do anything about it?
Well, I'm sitting here watching my program.
That boy needs a job. He needs something to do.
All right, fine. Beer down. Remote control down. Ugh! Out of the chair, by the way, brought to you by Bird in the Storm. And heading out into the garage. I forgot to do that earlier.
It's alright, Darren, just coming. I'm just tightening this one off and then I'll be right there.
What are you doing out here?
And I'm building a car. Thank you very much, Steph and TJ, who donates a ton of bits, as it's the
Wow.
wrong tool for the job. Thank you. I think does that take us up to our goal? Does it? Yeah, that takes us up to our stream bit
Wow.
goal. Thank you so much,
Good show,
Stefan.
Steph.
Thank you.
Let me use this line, which will, of course, be incorrect. It's the wrong tool for the job.
Not quite. I've modified it. You see, it was a monkey wrench, but now it's a monkey wrench with a mole grip.
What'd you do to my wrench?
I made it better.
Worked fine before.
Well, not really, because you know when you try and tighten up the monkey wrench, the narrowed knob just kept coming loose, and it kept coming loose on the nut you're holding. Now I've put a mole grip in there, so it holds the wrench real tight.
Dad turns around, walks back in the house. Margaret! You deal with him!
Oh boy. I'm gonna kind of waddle my way into the door frame. Oh boy, I don't care about what you're doing in this garage. You should find yourself a fucking job.
But look, I'm working on this right now. I'll put a pizza in the oven in just a minute. Would you just give me a break? Like, all right,
No.
I'll be there in just 2 minutes.
I don't care about the fucking pizza.
What do you mean you don't care about the pizza? That's just what Dad asked me to do.
That's your father who wants a pizza. I need you to get a job.
Well, what's the point in getting a job?
You make money. You learn some responsibility.
What for?
So you can go on with your life and not be looked down upon by everyone and everyone.
Oh, who cares what people think? Look, I made all of this out of stuff from the scrapyard. Just lying about.
You're digging around in the fucking scrapyard.
Aye, yeah, well, you know, it's... Look at what I've made of it, though. Look, let me just tighten this off.
And what happens if you get some disease from some cut, or you fall, or you break something?
Oh, no, I did my own inoculations, Ma.
I'm just saying, who's gonna pay for it when you can't do it yourself? Do you have money saved away if you hurt yourself?
We don't pay for healthcare, Ma.
Apparently it's the 90s.
We are failing at being Irish so bad.
Yeah, we are. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
I actually ran it through my head. I'm like, do they have healthcare? I don't know if they have healthcare.
Zelda, you were kicking butt. I wouldn't even have thought of it.
Look, it's alright. It'll just go on to the government thing. It's fine. You know, sure, it'll come through in the taxes, but don't worry about it.
I want to see you trying to get a job. All right? I don't care if it's full-time or part-time. Just do something.
Alright. No, alright, I will. I've gone Welsh.
Welsh!
Fantastic. No, alright, I will. I'll do it.
Good. You got too much free time on your hands as it is.
No, you're right, actually. I do have too much time on my hands. I'll get right on that. I think I saw a thing at one of the factories downtown. And if you know Quan, which you do, you know that his brain has just started going into overload as he's coming up with another idea.
I don't like that look in his eye.
Gwen, did you put the pizza in?
Shite! Hang on a minute, Ma. And I throw the wrench onto the bench and run into the house. Alright, look, it'll bing in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go pop out. Ma says I need to get a job. You're gonna be alright to get the pizza out yourself.
How long you say? 10 minutes?
Yeah, roughly 10 minutes, weren't it?
Alright, fine.
Alright. Alright. I'll be back in a bit then.
Don't hurt yourself. We got healthcare, so you don't have to worry about it if you do. This is just a general act of care.
Okay, guys, we got healthcare.
Where that timer goes off, his dad is definitely just going to yell at his mom to get that pizza out of the oven too, just so we're clear.
Yeah. And Quan starts hatching a plot to go and set up in the first abandoned factory. This is the first time he squats in a factory and starts doing stuff and bringing home paychecks, which he pays himself. Essentially, he just money launders the money that he makes. He pays it to this fake company that pays it back to him, so he can be like showing his ma paychecks.
At least he's got a job and he's doing something. I look at our little boy, getting paychecks and everything.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't touch my tools.
Like 30% of them are missing.
I was just about to say he's probably taken some of them.
Spoilers, the dad is not leaving the TV to go look in the garage for his tool.
Yeah, and then Quan would, that's the start of the thing. I don't think he comes up with the Philip, but, like, he definitely works on that sort of thing. But his mind flits everywhere, always flitting. So, like, it's not that he can't finish a job. It's just that when he gets halfway through and he see that it's going to work, and you know them last bits that you need to do to make a thing a thing, that's the bit that he can't do. He gets bored at that point. It's like, well, this is all going to work. It's like writing the equation, but not writing the answer. Because the answer's obvious once you've done that much of the equation, so why do I need to bother? That's Quan in a nutshell. He does all the hard bit and then goes, this is boring. Oh, this is interesting. But yeah, he makes some money.
He makes enough to live.
Yeah, some of it is through writing viruses and stuff. Others is through, I saw chat ask how does he get the money so that he can then launder the money. Some of it is through the stuff that he creates. He actually takes on a bit of contracting work, where he creates some fake qualifications so that he's able to be a machine fixer. He might even come into his dad's factory at some point. No, he would avoid his dad's factory like the plague. But he would go into other factories, and when he sees they've got a problem, he would make the parts to fix them, then get the paycheck sent to this company that sends it to him.
What company name would Brett come up with to pay himself?
Well, this is the thing. He knows that his ma's got to see it. So I think he just calls it, like, Smith's Metalworks. Something very plain, you know, and when he comes home smelling like grinding fluid or covered in oil or anything like that, you know, he's just like, oh yeah, no, it was pretty bad at the Metalworks today.
You can see that. You should probably take a shower or something.
Yeah, it never really gets the mess out, Ma. It's the beauty of it, really. And just flops himself on the sofa, sort of near his... What the hell are you watching?
Hans?
Yes.
Yeah, what are you watching?
All right, this is now Breck's dad, right? We're back to...
Yes.
Sorry, I was distracted by Brexit.
I am watching the football match. I am sure that is the proper Irish response.
Don't you find it boring? They're just kicking a ball around.
Don't you have any team spirit?
What team?
That team. I don't know what the Irish teams are. That team. Our
Ireland.
team. Our team!
Literally Ireland.
I guess. Go on, the Greens. Oh, would you look at the time? I need to go and pull a late shift.
Yeah, go on, yeah. So out of my depth for that one.
Hey, good work.
What is a sport and where can one find it?
That I can relate to.
I will just really quick Google Irish football teams.
I don't think that's canon, chat. I don't think Ireland only has one team. I think that's Alice maybe making a little joke.
We probably have a national team for the
Well, hang on, because I'm Googling it now.
Google. What are the Irish football teams?
Brexit.
Oh, wow. I don't know if you could pronounce half of these. Of course, there's the
guarantee.
Shamrock Rovers. What is that?
That has to be everybody's least favorite team, just by default.
St. Patrick's athlete.
I mean, the Shamrock Rovers is no different than like the Toronto Maple Leafs for Canada.
How about the good old Bohemian
I love
Football
St.
Club of Dublin?
Patrick's.
The good old Bohemian Football Club Dublin. Beautiful.
Derry City.
There was Cork City. There were lots of good ones.
Cork Celtic, Cork City. Paris, all a lot of Cork.
Yeah. But,
Cork City is a good one. Cork Celtic, they're rubbish.
Yeah. Ooh.
So we're ready now. We've got
I'm
that
gonna
covered.
close this page because I'm gonna keep going.
yeah. Yeah, so Quan essentially secludes himself and makes themselves a recluse. They hermitize themselves so they forget how to interact with people. He's not actually insane, he's just really smart and doesn't know how to speak to people and is constantly worried that they're going to bully him.
I know someone like that.
Which is mainly why he just went quiet when Harold was holding him. Didn't know what to do.
I feel like his accent was like a product of him talking to himself so much. It's almost like Dr. Sprawl, where they write so much that it just becomes like almost unintelligible.
Mm-hmm.
To anyone but
Same
himself.
thing where like you're talking to yourself and it just, you understand yourself perfectly, but no one else does.
It's not Irish anymore. It's gone beyond Irish.
It's like when he's working on the machine, like, what the fuck's all about? I know, it was there a minute ago, but it's just gone. God, where the heck did I put that thing?
Just like
Brexish.
in, whatchamacallit, Statch.
Snatch, yeah.
That's what it sound like now.
Good stuff.
Do you, Emery,
Oh no.
do you remember the story that made you want to become a journalist? You're a journalist, right?
Yeah, why not?
That's about it.
She learned at school that she could write stuff, and she figured it's how she could get to know people and learn things, not so much wanting to write.
I mean the big story, the story that snagged you, that made you decide.
She hasn't had one. She works for a really boring company. She just like literally. It's more that she's writing her own books, but at the moment she's just scribbling. She was taking notes for a professor one time, who took an interest in her and took her out of class, but not for her writing skills.
Oh. Is that something we shouldn't touch on?
No, you can touch on it want as long as your characters don't know. It doesn't matter.
Can you give us more?
She's a telepath.
You've lost me.
This person recognized she was a telepath.
Oh, I'm sorry. My brain went somewhere completely different when she said you took her out of school, but not for the writing.
Not good.
Woo!
No.
Okay.
I was like,
telepath.
I'm going to be doing this that whole time. Nope.
Yeah.
Was not there.
She's a telepath. She was pulled out of class because she never failed anything, because she would just read everyone else's mind around her and make an educated guess on most of the answers, or the smartest kid in the class, and all that sort of thing.
So I think I might take a journalist on. I'd like to be Dr. Gruber, who pulls you out of class. Yes, Miss.
I'm from the UK.
Bond.
Just so you know.
Yes, Mrs. Chapman. I would like to have a little conversation with you about your grades and the work that you are doing.
Okay.
His lips don't move. I know how you are cheating.
I know you do.
I do not think this is the best use of your time.
and getting the grades that my parents want, that my dad wants. So
Oh, yes,
I'd say it's a very good use of my time.
Well, yes, that is true, but what if you go into an exam and the examiner is not reading the paper?
Then I find the smartest kid in the exam room.
What if you make the wrong guess?
I don't.
Hmm. There are not many people like us in the world.
Apparently not.
Come up to the academy on the hill at the weekend.
Okay.
There will be others there like us.
Okay.
I don't know how to do this without turning it into a story that you would write about, so I guess it's one of them things that it turns out to be an extraordinary event, but it's so close to home that you can't write about it.
She will not write about this.
Hmm.
I would disclaimer, because obviously none of your characters will know this. Her name is an Emery Chapman. Right now.
What?
You might want to go somewhere later, or you might want to go somewhere earlier.
Okay, well, you dictate. You tell us where we want to go.
You probably want to go much earlier, when she was finding out that she could do this. And she's sat in a playground. She's probably about 4 or 5 years old. And she doesn't talk, really. Apart from yes, no, because she feels deafened, because she thinks everyone is shouting and that everyone's talking at the same time. And she can't have a moment's peace. And it's because she can hear all their thoughts. They're not actually talking to her. She's sat on a swing, just like listening, and she's trying to focus on blocking individual sounds out.
Are we doing Matilda right now?
Now I'm thinking that, yeah.
Okay, so what parents or auxiliary people do we have present?
You're in a playground, so there's lots of kids. There are probably a couple of teachers or like dinner ladies. I don't know if you had those or not. There are lots of dinner ladies, and she does have a parent. She has a dad, whether he's there or not. It could be pickup time, it could be whatever, but she's about 5-6 years old.
Preferences.
I don't know. I might take a mean teacher.
For reference, at the moment, I will tell you her name is Isabel.
Any other preferences?
Okay, Zelda, do you want to be a parent, or should I be a nice dad for once?
Please be a nice dad.
I would be a
That
nice
is
dad.
nice.
I was gonna do miscellaneous child sounds.
I would like to be the ambulance.
I don't want to go to McDonald's.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'll be like, no, it's happening. I don't want chicken nuggets, Dad.
Isabel.
Yep, I'm coming. And sort of jumps off the swing and runs over to her dad and stands up straight, sort of waiting.
Well then, how was your day?
It was good. It was
Did
very
you
good.
listen to your teachers?
Yep, look, I got 4 gold stars. And sort of points down at like her like little blazer.
Very good, very good. I think that we will have to get a treat on our way home.
Okay.
Excellent, excellent. All right, I've just got to sign you out then.
Is the last name Chapman?
No.
Well, how would I call your father if I was to go, Mr.
Probably Richardson.
Mr. Richardson, I would like to have a quick word with you about your child's performance.
Yes, she's done quite well. Look at all these gold stars.
Yes, if we could have a private word.
Yes, come on over this way, Isabel. Come on.
Coming.
Yes, what's that?
I don't know how, but your daughter is cheating. She never gets an answer wrong, not one. No child can do that. No child at all can get every answer wrong, even about things she hasn't studied yet.
Nope, I'll stop you right there. One child can, and that's an exceptionally brilliant child, like my Isabel.
She's just smiling.
I think...
What is the teacher thinking right now, just out of interest?
Her literal thoughts are, you're a filthy liar just like your daughter. I think that you are helping her with her homework.
I don't have time to stay here all day at school with my daughter. I'm too busy being a captain of industry, an important barrister. I don't have the time for this, really. But she's a brilliant child. I mean, frankly, a prodigy. Frankly, she should be doing your job. But I don't know if she could do the little hair on the lip thing.
My dad's not a liar.
No, definitely not. Professionally not a liar.
This will not be the last you hear of this. And if I catch you
I'm sure
cheating,
not,
or
yes.
if I catch anything in the officer report, I will be making notes.
Yes, it's Miss something.
Hunchnell.
Punchnell. Unfortunate. All right, well, enjoy your day. Isabel, let's go. We'll go get 2 treats.
And she sort of does a little bit of a smile, and she'll look back at the teacher and be like, I don't cheat. I'm not like you.
Filthy
And
little
sort of
liar.
turns and walks.
And you can sort of see her, she's got a riding crop, and she's just sort of...
Why have you made the Trunchbull? I'm just gonna say
We probably need some run by child sounds here.
Gosh.
Oh gosh.
I can't think of what children would say.
Oh, well, the next thing that she would do is,
They say
you there! Are you chewing gum?
No.
And I'm gonna spit it on the ground.
Detention! Get back to my office now, you!
How do you put up with that? She really is quite horrible, isn't she?
Oh, she's terrible. She doesn't
Yes.
know that I know she's cheating with the head teacher.
Yes, well... Anyway, let's go get that treat.
Okay.
it's sort of like that skip down the way.
That's spilled tea by a child.
I hear stuff.
Wow.
Are there more run-ins? Is there more to this? Like, Alice, why don't you tell us what happens? Is there any significant events at school where someone thinks you're cheating or something like that? Is there anything that goes down and your dad has to get involved? And
Probably not. Probably just all the way through, people will call her a cheater, or say that she's lying or making things up, like she's a tattletale. But it's more she doesn't understand that people aren't telling her these things. She thinks half the time people are willingly telling them their secrets, even though they're just thinking in their head.
Oh.
How does Emery feel about the idea of possibly becoming famous? Is she embracing that, or is she scared of it?
She hates it. She hates the idea that she could become famous.
Do we need a scene where the dad is explaining to her all of the possibilities of her universe, and she's realizing that if she becomes well known, she'll be in trouble or exposed?
Yes. And what does your home look like?
The home's pretty nice.
It's got to be really nice.
It's her dad's a barrister, so it's she hasn't got a mum, but she's got a dad, and the dad has a very, very busy job. So he doesn't get to see her much, but he always makes sure he takes an hour or so off of work to pick her up from school and to drop her home again. And again, kind of like in the Matilda-esque way, she knows how to sort herself out.
Do you have house staff?
I don't think she did. I think she more had like a kindly neighbor, like an older woman that would come round with dinner, even though
I really want this to be the Mary Poppins house, technically,
No.
to be frank.
like even though she can make dinner, she lets this woman make it for her because she can sense how happy it makes.
Oh, hello, Ducky Boo!
Oh God, we're gonna have Mrs.
Pretty much asked for that. Yeah.
I've made brownies!
Not with that accent, you haven't.
Hey, Duckula fans will like it, okay?
And Emery or Isabel is like, oh, yay! Like she doesn't know how to. She's not a very good liar at the moment. She's very, yeah.
Now, we run out of chocolate sauce, but I used supplements.
It's okay, I'm not allowed chocolate sauce.
Perfect! And she puts a tray of
Dogs can hear you.
brown, chocolate-looking brownies on the table, and then goes off again. Ooh, what a lovely child!
Emery's father comes in through the front door, fanning the mail and pushing with his foot at the neighborhood dogs that are starting to come to the front door. Isabel, look, there's another 2 letters in here from competitions that you can be involved in. I tell you what, if you keep this up, young lady, you're definitely going to be a household name. Everyone will know your name. Isabel Richmond? What did we do, Richmond? Richardson. Isabel Richardson. Everywhere.
What sort of competitions?
This one's a national spelling bee. Yes, I think you could definitely do well on that. And this one is a national math competition. Yes.
You know, Dad, I quite like just doing work stuff at school and kid stuff at home.
Well, you can't hide that light under a bushel. You've definitely got to push yourself, do your best, and these are fantastic opportunities.
Okay. If I do like 1 or 2 more, can I do less next month?
Yes, I think as soon as we get you, a good Oxford, what's the term?
Looks like we
I don't know
got
how
a
you say
new
you get into
friend.
college. Anyways, once we get you into Oxford, for sure, we'll have plenty of time for you to just relax, take it easy, earn your doctorate, maybe practice law.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We are Nerdsmith for the raid. Welcome in, raiders, as we are doing some background work today.
Yes, I think by age 30, for sure, you should be well secured. Your future will be promising.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
As she's sort of again like scratching the back of her neck awkwardly again. She's like 5'6" years old. She's
I mean, or Cambridge, or...
No, we're an Oxford family. It'll be Oxford.
Okay.
Yes. Let me
So
just
true.
fill out all these applications for you right now. And, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna eat these brownies.
she's just sort of pulling like the bowl.
I might
Yes,
throw
whatever
in,
you like, dear.
if you're an Oxford family, you probably wouldn't need to do that much work to get in. You just get in on your name.
It's the principle of the thing.
Mm.
And I'd have to answer the questions correctly because they don't do normal questions.
Well, she's only 6. You have until you're at least 18.
Of course, we're teaching good morals, yeah.
Okay.
And she's gonna wander around with like a brownie in her hand and probably like a little carton of orange juice or Ribena, like really loudly, like, and start putting on like some of the music in the living room. I'm guessing they probably have like, the proper old school 90s sound system.
Oh,
the
stack.
big one.
The stack system. Yeah. Ooh.
And she's just gonna, because I don't, whether it's when her dad's gone back to work or he's busy filling out all of these like papers now, she's just gonna because she's quite happy on her own half the time. She loves music because it drowns out the thoughts, because at the moment she can just hear her dad going through sheets, not with his lips in his head. That's all she can hear. So she's just turning on the music and like probably ramping up some David Bowie and dancing on the table. It's just a like low coffee table.
Thank you very much to that Fennec Wolfchild who says, thanks for being an awesome channel and a force of positivity. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for your subscription.
Yeah.
Mr. Richardson continues filling out paperwork, very pleased with his daughter's possible, very generous future.
She dances away in the living room with like a brownie in one hand and juice in the other.
So how doesn't she become famous? Or does she become famous?
She doesn't become famous. What do you mean? There's nothing that makes her, really, if you see what I mean. She's picked up by this professor upon knowing her psychic abilities, and she's taken to sort of work under him. And the whole premise is that she takes notes for him. And in exchange, he teaches her how to control hearing people.
Ah, okay.
How does she play down the competition angle? Does she just like slow ball it a little bit and just get a couple wrong?
She slows it down and then she'll have a loss. She has a thing that she will never come last. She will just come second, so she will lose by that tiny bit. And she probably will go to Oxford, but is pulled out halfway by this person.
Does she ever mess it up? Does the person that she's copying get it wrong and she puts a different answer to like mess it up? But does it ever backfire and actually that person was wrong and she was right?
Sometimes, but not enough to make a big deal out of it because it's just stand-up exams. Like she would probably take law and like maths or something, or history. It's one of the big ones like at Oxford University. So.
Maybe long-term dad mellows out a little bit, seeing what makes her happy, and that becomes somewhat important to his idea as well. Yes.
He calms down as he sees her get into Oxford, I'd say. He's like, okay, she's there now. She can...
Yeah, right. She had till she was 18. She's good.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Alice is keeping this backstory bag shut so tight.
Yeah.
She's like the little tiny bits through.
I'm happy to tell it, but I just don't know if Jess wants it told yet. To like
fair.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair.
I'm happy to narrate it, like tell everyone what happened, but yeah.
Well, why don't we go around? Why don't we? Someone must have a question for Harold, because Harold's like you're like a PI, right? Is that right?
Harold,
Maybe. Yeah. Kind of. Sort of.
what made you retire?
Oh.
Straight in for that juice.
That's fair. I've played everybody's parent now, so it's fair.
Yeah, my name's Emery.
Yeah, I already did everybody's parent, so I feel like I've earned that, right? No matter what. Okay, so Harold, former sheriff's deputy, Humboldt County PD. He's been transferred to San Francisco Police Department for an intensive course on fugitive recovery. So he's doing urban crime. It's something he's not used to. And one of the things that we're finding out about Harold is he's very sensitive to smells and sounds. The city is really overwhelming with him, and he's not really paired with the kind of minds that work well with him. He's very quiet and very interrogative. Everybody in the city seems very loud and abrupt to him. So. And
what was the crime? Sorry, you said it's
Fugitive recovery.
Right. So he's in a fugitive recovery course. He's supposed to be recovering a fugitive. What he's ending up investigating right now is the homicide of a police detective by a fugitive in San Francisco, just outside of Golden Gate Park. So I would probably need maybe a additional police officer. Maybe we need some supervisors on scene.
Would you have a partner? Like a really loud, annoying partner because you're quiet?
I would love a loud, annoying partner. And also, he's definitely, like Harold is at the best, a junior officer on this team. So it's definitely a senior partner. I personally am envisioning right now Denzel Washington Training Day, but whatever you guys want to go with is good.
I haven't seen Denzel Washington Training Day, so I'm going to leave that position open to someone else.
I mean, it sounds like Alice wants
It does sound like
kind of being loud and annoying.
You've done it.
We can all do that. I've done my part of that right now.
you've sold it. You can be the partner then, Alice.
Yeah, the partners sat there, stood by Harold, just eating a sandwich.
So there's a body on the ground, and it's a body of a fellow officer. And Harold has A, never seen that. B, he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing right now, so he's just very awkwardly standing here in the middle of Golden Gate Park.
I think I'll play the supervisor as well.
You can see the body. I don't know. I think this your partner just sits there, starts taking a couple of bites at this sandwich, and like starts walking around the body, like at a distance, but.
What's the partner's name?
Let's go I'm thinking it's got to be something. We need a nickname.
Yeah.
Right. Alice, do you want to play a male character or a female character? Do you have a preference here?
I haven't got a preference.
Okay. I say we just go with Sanchez. Sanchez is sounding good to me right now. Short, to the point.
So his overweight supervisor will walk over and be like, "Hey, I'm eating a donut. Oh, crumbs going everywhere. I've phoned up the detectives. I'll be here in a bit. Till then, we just need to make sure no one violates the scene." And he's chewing crumbs. Crumbs. He's eating this donut right near the body, like there's crumbs going everywhere. All right, you got that? Perfect. I'll be over in the car.
And Sanchez walks over and stands by Harold and goes, "Poor old Peters. Never even saw it coming."
Yeah, this isn't what I thought we were doing. What do we do?
We wait for people to turn up and, do their thing. We just make sure no one passes the tape.
Are you Alfred from Batman?
No.
Can you hear it? I can hear it.
I can't.
Well, Mr.
Which
Reese, we
Alfred?
just make sure that no one passes the tape. Carry on, sorry.
But our job was here to apprehend the fugitive.
Uh-huh.
Do we still do our job, or do we just wait?
And he looks at you almost like really confused. I mean, I don't know. Do we, what do you want to do? I mean, we can't just leave it here.
Look, there's a tire mark right there on the side of the sidewalk. It's coming in the same direction. I would bet that whoever did this, they got in the car and they drove off with an accomplice.
Do you know what? I bet that too. And he takes another bite out of the sandwich. Yeah. What? Can't leave Peters.
But, I mean, the supervisor's right there, and we've got a different job. We're supposed to be finding out what happened.
I'll go ask. I'll go ask. And he sort of walks over to the car like, and knocks on the window where the supervisor is.
What does Harold do when he's on his own?
Harold is sniffing the air. He can smell the scent of blood very strongly in there, but also he's fairly certain that he can tell the direction that this person took off in. He can still smell the car's ozone. It smells like an older car that might use leaded gas or the leaded gas additives. And he has a fairly good idea of the direction that's driving in his mind.
And I'm knocking on the window of the supervisor. Sir.
No, yes. No, what?
Harold reckons we've got a lead on the guy who was supposed to get the fugitive, whatever.
All right,
Do
well,
we have your permission to go and find him?
no, just bag it up and leave it for the detectives.
What, Peters?
No, the detective unit's coming out. This is homicide, police officer. We need to get the best people on this.
Okay, well, we're gonna go and just do our job.
Are you getting donuts?
No, sir, I'm not getting donuts.
Well, then you can't go.
You want me to tell the other superiors that we can't go because you wanted donuts?
Now go on, get out of here.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, Harold, we're moving out. Like, he sort of gestures towards a car.
Yeah, okay.
You want to drive?
Harold climbs in the passenger side of the car. Okay, so there's tire tracks right there on the side of the road. They've got to have gone up the hill. There's only one direction they can go from here.
He's like, okay, whatever you say. And starts up the car and just starts like poodling along.
So Harold has the window open and he throws out a few more like random wild directions like this as the car is driving along. He's like leaning out and seems to be claiming that there's marks on the ground or marks on the wall, a car that just turned right that seemed like it was taking it too fast. And he's leading Sanchez on this like little bit of a goose chase to go for a while here. They end up driving about 10 city blocks and pulling into an alley. And they're now in like the Mission District. It's like a little bit rougher part of San Francisco.
Well, you've never been wrong before, but
This has got to be it.
I don't like it. Why is this gotta be it?
I'm pretty sure, and Harold is pointing now at an older Chevy Nova up ahead, that has got to be the car.
Whatever you say. And he sort of like leans onto the back seat and picks up a gun and puts it up. Okay.
Back check, all Americans have guns in their back seats. That's just a truism. So in case anybody was wondering about that, that's where we keep them.
Like the Irish healthcare. Right.
I just like people actually. That's all. I'm just having fun.
And he gets straight out the car and starts walking towards this car.
Hey, Sanchez.
Yeah.
Stay down. There's got to be at least 3 guys.
How do you know that?
What? I mean, somebody had to drive the car and somebody had to get in the car.
Yeah, that leaves us with 2.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Fine. And just sort of, you saw him sort of go up against one of the walls and near like some dustbins. Now what?
I think they're in that building right there. It looks like a check cashing place, something like that.
Do you want to call for backup? What do you want to do here?
I don't know. What do we do? Do we call for backup?
You get on the radio and you call for backup.
Okay.
Just press that button. There.
Yeah. I know how the radio works.
Okay. Just
Harold calls for backup. This is car 1050. We are in the middle of a fugitive recovery. We are on an alley on the back of Mission and St. Peter. I don't know. Just came up with that. And we're expecting armed resistance. I have no idea how the police talk.
Well, that's just lovely, Car 35. Thank you for calling in your position.
Oh,
I will send you backup if needed.
No, we definitely need backup.
How many you figure? One or 2 cars, honey.
2?
I'll send them right away. Car 67 and Car 89 will be on their way. One is 10 and one is 20 minutes away from your position.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
It's beautiful. Thank you for that gift.
You see, you get Sanchez. Who did you get through to?
They said it's gonna be 10 or 20 minutes.
Who said it was going to be 10 or 20 minutes?
Dispatch.
Okay. Was it, you know, like he does that really awkward, like wink, wink, nudge, nudge sort of.
I didn't ask what her name was.
Yeah, but you can tell by the voice, right? do you know what? Never mind. Just come on.
All right. They're creeping along. They're out by the back door of this check cashing place. It's like a little bit open and probably smells heavily of, I don't know, like marijuana or something like that.
Would you overhear the gangsters talking or anything like that? Or?
Harold probably would, yeah.
What the hell? Why'd you ice that cop? Now they're gonna be all over this. They're gonna be all over us.
I don't know, man. I just had to... He was going to follow us. What are we going to do?
You could have just What, did he see your face or something? You could have, I don't know, brought him with us or something, and at least they wouldn't know. Missing cop's better than a dead cop.
I mean, I didn't think he was even gonna die. Fuck. How do we... Where do we go from
It
here?
doesn't matter. We gotta get out of this situation. Look, we'll change cars here. We'll take we'll take the goods with us. No one will know.
Is there anyone else that we need to bring with us? Because, I mean, we're gonna have to bypass some of these checkpoints. There's no way they're not gonna have lockdowns on the edge of the city.
Well, that's the good thing about killing the dead cop is they don't know our faces. They don't know our IDs. I mean, yeah, we could get pulled in as usual suspects, but maybe we can get some fake IDs or something from one of the boys.
That sounds like a plan.
Anyway, we gotta go. We gotta go now. They could be on our tail right now. We need to get into
Sanchez.
another car and get out of here.
Sanchez,
You're right.
they're moving.
What do you mean they're moving?
They're moving right now.
Oh, okay.
And he just sort of gets his gun out. Do you come out the door?
What kind of building is this?
I'm imagining a check cashing place. I'm just imagining we've got like a generic back room that this door is open to.
Okay, so what, they'd come out the same door, like one way in, one way out sort of thing?
Yeah, probably, but maybe they've got a front door we don't know about. I don't know. Are we going in or are they going out?
I imagine we probably use the same car until we find a car changeover place. So, or until we can steal another one.
We've all played Grand Theft Auto. We know how this goes.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna be the one that dies.
Look, there's a...
Let's
You see-
evoke emotion, Alice.
My main driving game when I was younger was Crazy Taxi, so I know how to drive away, not steal.
You see that
That's okay,
sedan?
really good.
You see that sedan across the road? Reckon you could hotwire it?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
See, this is why I keep you around, kid. You got something.
Might take me a few minutes, but as long as I got like a screwdriver around here, I can probably get through.
That car's pre-90s. You can probably do it with a coat hanger if you got one.
I need to get into the box underneath to get the wires.
Oh.
They need something to pry it open.
Alright, I usually just punch it. Okay.
Sanchez will act spontaneously if that's something that he literally jumps out from behind this dustbin and goes, "Freeze!"
Shit! Go! Just run!
No! And you just hear like a gun go off, not necessarily at, but in the direction of these two people running.
Okay, so are these guys going out the front door or are they going out the alley?
We've got out the front door if you burst in through the back door.
Yep. So Harold doesn't turn around. He's just sprinting. Door opens up, wide open, San Francisco street, like 4 lanes of traffic going fast. What's this guy doing? Are you just sprinting right across the street, Sal?
Yeah, diving across bonnets.
yeah.
Yeah.
Traffic's
like-
there,
I'm-
cars are rolling.
I'm bigger than Harold, so I'm like wheezing behind him, like, okay, like, and just then pick up again and start running.
Yeah, and Harold runs straight down to traffic after these guys and tackles him across the hood of the car and like face plant down on the glass and rolling back over the side as they end up in between these cars.
Which one?
Yeah, let's say Zelda. We're going for the fugitive.
Oh, fuck, man, drop my nose!
Yeah, you're under arrest. Harold's pulling his arm up behind his back. Have you got the other one?
The other one is gonna turn with a 45 and start firing over his shoulder to try and put you off chase.
Yeah, I like this. Sanchez is gonna go drop and just like push you over to out of the way.
Damn it, Eddie, run!
Oh no, grappling at the legs.
And like, he hesitates for a second, but then seeing that Eddie ain't gonna move, he just fires another couple of rounds. I don't know if he might hit your partner. I don't know, but you know that's up for debate.
That's
He fires a
bad,
few more careless rounds, and then runs into a park.
So I got bad news for Alice. We've got to end up with something that's going to get Harold a disciplinary review here. So
Well, I just jumped to push you out of the way. So we can
it's
either
like we
do
made
that,
our own action
or I
movie.
could chase him into the park and something happens.
I've got something for right here if you want to take a bullet.
Yep, I'm ready. I'm worn out. I'm done with running.
Okay. So Sanchez gets hit.
I'm like, Harold?
What?
Harold?
Sanchez.
And he just sort of falls forward. He's like, oh my, and he's sort of trying to, he's like, I can't breathe. And oh my God, like as he sort of looks down at his side, he's like, I've been hit. Oh my God, I don't want to be like Peters. Like, and he just sort of falls over to the side.
And while that's going on in the background, Harold has like a wash of like sound and emotion. He can smell the blood, and all this is going on right in his face. For about a half a second, he's still sitting on top of this guy and turns. He's got his gun. He's, right there. Stands up over the car, fires a couple shots at Scrat. Probably absolutely against regulation since he's just firing into traffic on a city street. Puts the gun down, goes over to Sanchez, and as this kid tries getting up, Harold loses it and just grabs him by the shirt, hits him up against his car, and just starts hitting him and hitting him and hitting him until he goes down. And when the eventual, like, inevitable sirens from these cars that have already been called are there, we've got shots fired, we've got an officer who's been hit, we've got this suspect who has been brutally, brutally beaten, and Harold is, like, up to his elbows in blood from everything that's been going on, and absolutely incoherent.
I think Sanchez is down, like he is out. He's not responding. He's just laying on the tarmac.
Yeah, between those couple seconds, or maybe because that shot was just so close to where he was at, all that stuff going on, Harold did not make it a priority until it was too late. So Harold's first big problem became his second big problem, became his dismissal from the San Francisco Sheriff's Department program they had, where he was lucky, after extensive department evaluation and suspension, to be rehired by the Humboldt County Sheriff's Department as a consultant.
Should we do a little bit of that? I mean, we could do, maybe. I'd love to see Alice. Alice, if I can volunteer, I'd love to see Alice play the person that interviews you for your exit interview, whatever you would call that.
Are we talking about the psych eval part, or are we going to go into Humboldt County?
I was thinking of like the give us your gun and your badge conversation.
Oh yeah, we could do that part.
Yeah, you were invited into an office.
Yeah, Harold's probably wearing an orange prison jumpsuit because he's probably been charged if all this is going on the way it did.
And this is quite a large guy, quite a broad guy. He's like, takes like a long drag of a cigarette and is like, sit down.
Harold sits down.
And this guy paces for a moment and runs like his hand through his hair and closes to make sure the door's closed. What were you doing, Harold?
I was trying to do the job.
You're one of our best. And you lost it. You more than lost it. You lost your partner. Sanchez is dead, if you didn't know.
I know.
And you put a kid in hospital. The one you were supposed to be keeping an eye on. And you fired a gun into a busy street at a moving target that you could not guarantee a hit on.
Yes.
What the fuck, Harold? And he puts the cigarette out. You know what?
Prison?
What would you want me to do about this, Harold? I've
I don't
had
know.
the force for a long time. I'm willing to listen.
Look, I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. He's gone. The kid's gonna be fine, but Sanchez is gone.
Press charges because you beat him to a pulp. What does that say for the case for us as a police force? We go around, beat up kids, shoot at people we can't even prove are guilty yet. That's not how this works,
Beat
Harold.
up kids who kill cops.
Kills cops. Okay. You could have done something about it. And he sort of takes a second and pulls back. Sanchez was bleeding out on the pavement while you were beating the shit out of that kid.
Yeah.
I've got witnesses this the day he was asking for help. And you decided to...
I don't forget that. I remember that.
Don't forget it. And he leans back in his chair. You're done, Harold. You're done.
I know.
I've had a conversation. I can get you less time. But you are never coming back to this force. I'm sorry. You are compromised. And to be honest, if I brought back a cop that beat the shit out of a kid and let his partner bleed out on the street, what would that say about me? I wish you all the best, Harold, but... no. Okay, you can come and get him. And the door will open and probably two people, unless there's anything different, will try to escort you out.
Harold goes quietly. The whole place is too loud. Everything's too loud. Everything's cranking metal, clanking metal. Everybody's talking. There's way too many strong smells in this place. It's just overpowering.
Listen, kid, as long as you keep checking in with your parole officer, you're gonna get they remember what you did for the city back then. They're gonna give you not a free pass, but they're gonna try and make things easy for you. We managed to find you some work. Consultation job. You'd be an idiot not to take it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a bit out in the sticks. Could be good for you, actually.
Yeah.
Gives you space
that
to
sounds...
clear your head.
Okay. Yeah. I'm interested.
Look, we're here to help, alright? If you need anything, just reach out to us. We know cop killers make men do things they don't mean to do. But, that doesn't make it any more right, but we're here to help any way we can, alright?
Okay. Thanks.
Alright, get out of here.
Poor Harold.
Ah. Well, in the main campaign, I definitely want to see Say's parents.
Yeah, can we...
They just have to appear at some point. Preferably, I would
don't know.
love to have Say's mum turn up at the facility asking where their daughter is.
Oh, can you imagine if they try and say no?
Yes. I imagine she is 5 feet tall, and she will not have anyone say no to her ever.
No.
That's my nan.
Yeah, that's my grandma too.
Yeah.
So
Oh, this was good. I really enjoyed this today. I mean, do we want to do any more? Does anyone want to do any other scenes?
I think I'm all good.
Yeah?
I've had my little Matilda moment. So
I don't know, when I said Harold and Say, you pulled funny faces for a second there. Oh, sorry. I'm in character mode. Hans and Zelda.
every time.
I always make faces. That's what I do.
You put, when I said, does anyone do any more scenes, you pulled the, oh, face. I thought maybe...
Oh, I don't mind either.
That's my thinking face.
Yeah, we can all do scenes all night.
That's the problem
We
we've
don't
got.
have to pretend to be Irish again.
Yeah.
I think that the only issue I have, if we went through the scene that made Isabel into Emery, I'd need to tell you it all first. Because you can't just roleplay it, I think.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair. And if the backstory ties into the main thing, then let's not.
No, I don't think
I don't
it
wanna
does.
ruin it. I don't
But
wanna-
I'm just saying you wouldn't be able to wing it as the professor.
Okay.
To be frank, it's kind of nice to get all this backstory stuff out so we don't have to be so mysterious every single week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it says a lot actually as well about Harold. Oh, chat are asking about Harold's first mystery and his finest moment on the Force. I don't know if we want to totally roleplay through that, but maybe could you describe it for us?
Also say chat about it.
Oh, yeah. So Harold seems to be very good at figuring things out through olfactory and auditory clues for some reason. So where he did best was when he was in Humboldt County, when he started out as a sheriff. Harold went into the academy like right out of high school, and he knows the sheriff from Humboldt County for a long time. Guy's name is Bud. And while he was growing up, that's not even a joke, although I realize it's a joke now. But anyways, we're going to keep going. We continue on. Harold had a long history of tracking people down in very remote locations where they were basically just gone off the radar. So that's actually where he got taken from Humboldt County into this special San Francisco, much better funded department program because he had such an affinity for finding people. So his fondest moment is one of these fugitives who goes out in the wilderness. This is actually a true story from California, where a multiple murderer went missing in an area called the Kings Range Forest. And this is basically like half mountains and half sea. And after shooting a couple people, this guy just disappeared off the radar for over a week because that's how remote it is. There's no other people out there and he could just hide from campsite to campsite. So Harold's big moment was going around and with very little effort, tracking a single person down in the middle of this remote wilderness and bringing him to justice.
I love it. You know what you reminded me of right now? And it's Canadian. What was that show with the Mountie that went to New York?
Was it? Oh no, maybe not then.
No, and he had a dog that went with him.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, I'm fairly sure Mountie Cop in America would find the sitcom, whatever it was, but I remember being fond of that when I was a kid. That's lovely. And thank you so much, Fennec, for the donation there. Just a donation. Thanks for all the feels. And I'm so glad I requested that scene at the end because that was so juicy.
Yeah, that was good. Also,
amazing.
Fennec, while you're talking about this particular scene, the reason I remember this so vividly is because I had my entire family in the car for a camping trip at that exact same mountain range campground. And we got the call from my mother-in-law on the way up, "Are you still going up there?" To which we said, "Yeah, why wouldn't we be going up there?" "Well, didn't you hear about that serial killer?" And we're like, "What?"
Yeah.
And we had to quickly turn off the road because the entire forest was closed for extensive, fugitive recovery operations. And we parked at this we were in the Redwood Forest of California at the campiest campground on earth where everything is like flat, like tarmac asphalt. And we had to pull our little car into a numbered space. The next car was this far apart. So yeah, I remember this well.
Oh my god. Well, so yes,
Damn.
Due South. That's the name of the program. Due South.
Oh, there you go.
Remember that.
Due South. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Well, I think that's us done. Here we are at the end, everyone. Thank you so much for coming along for this. We'll be back to regular programming next week. We had all sorts of problems this week, actually. It seems America with the snowstorm earlier in the week, and then power outages later in the week. The UK on Thursday, Cypher seminars wasn't on because Virgin Media dropped all of the UK. But when you went on their website, their outage map was just red for all of the UK. And after about 2 hours, their thing came up as there might be a problem. Oh, good to see you're on it. Excellent. So we cancelled that one, unfortunately. But hey, here we are still producing great quality content. Thank you so much, you guys around the table. Valdrian coming in with a sub. Virgins, you say? Who said virgins? What? What?
Virgin Mobile.
Different channel.
Oh, I see. Do you guys not have Virgin out in America, in the States?
We do.
Oh, okay.
Well, in Canada we do. I don't
We
know
have,
about the US, but
Yeah, I think they're a mobile phone carrier and a airline, but I'm not sure they're doing either one currently in America.
Yeah. No, they're first and foremost, they're a fiber optic network here. They were one of the best fiber optic internet networks for a long time. Anyway, let's go around. Let's talk about what our favorite part was. So we can pick a part from any story, and talk about who we are, where we can find each other online, and all that good stuff. Let's go the other way around. So let's start with Alice.
Oh, I'm White Rabbit Pick, and that's where you can find me on Twitter, and I talk about everything I do. So I'm going to jump straight to my favorite bits. I really like playing Angry Coach, which is just Scrat doing workouts, which is really good fun. And I'm kind of a little bit heartbroken for Breck, because I feel like he had no parents on his side, like at all. And then I just felt really bad for him, and then I feel sad that like everything became too overwhelming for Harold, and he basically someone who achieved so much and was put into he was raised up and then came literally crashing back down, and was it was pretty dramatic. And also I really like, one, Zelda's child voice, two, Zelda trying to be Irish and thinking about healthcare, and just everyone being parents tonight. And also the look on Scrat's face when I told him Emery wasn't my real name.
Do you know what though is canon in my head is that Quan's mother is like really anti-America and all that, and that's why she's like always like, well, we don't have to pay for our healthcare.
Yeah.
Like just all the time. So next around we have Hans C Tweets or Hans Chen. Oh hi Hans.
Hey, okay, so that was way too much fun. I enjoyed being everybody's parents. Thank you for letting me have that opportunity. That's all I really wanted to do tonight, and I'm glad I achieved that. My favorite part was, oh man, there's so many good parts. I emoted and like felt each of these stories. I could be all of these characters at any point in these stories, except maybe Harold. So I liked everything. I got to give it to Alice for putting up with me and just dressing me down, and that horrible exit review. That one made me think the most out of all the parts, and I appreciate everybody putting up with the idea of me attempting an Irish accent, because I don't know what that was.
I live for it.
You both did wonderfully. You both did wonderfully with your Irish accents. They were passable.
That was good. I like that qualification. It's like a curve. Wonderfully too passable.
I just love, do we have healthcare? I'm watching football.
Fantastic.
I want to say that my partner, who is both Irish and has Irish family, was telling me how bad my accent was.
I have Irish family, and I.
Well, Zelda, that does bring us to you next.
Oh, yes, I'm Zelda, or Zelda Ainami, as it says. Oh, does it say above my head?
It does, yeah.
Yes, it does. It says above my head. I stream Monday to Thursday at some time, usually now for a longer time than I was streaming, not last week, but the week before. So I'll probably be on sometime around noon on the west coast of Canada. So like California time. It's all up in the air right now. I just stream when I get up, basically, and then stop streaming when I'm hungry in the evening. So that's always fun. Anyways, you can follow me Twitch or Twitter at Zelda. It's the same on both. And my favorite part, oh man, being stared down by the coach and my mother at the same time, and just be like,
That's athlete life thing, I'm sure.
It's like extremely powerful moment where I'm like, oh yes, okay, yeah, yep, I'm doing everything you guys say right now, and to the best of my ability, because if I don't, it's going to be hell and I'm going to hear it. about it for the rest of my probably at least teenage life.
I felt that too, playing your father. I was like, oh god, I've got to do this right, otherwise I'm going to hear about it all night.
Okay, well, Alice said she wasn't going to play the Japanese mom, and I know the Chinese grandmother mom at least, and that is exactly how my grandmother was.
And I just played Scrat. So...
It was perfect. I mean, I loved Dad was like just. It's like the simple dad and just doing his dad things. And he's like, I'm making money for my family. I'm doing everything I need to do. And I'm encouraging people. And I don't know. It was great. It was the great parents and great performances, great acting. Thank you.
Hey, real quick, I did not say enough nice things about Zelda's being a dispatcher earlier. That was great.
My god!
I was not ready for that at all.
That came out of nowhere.
It's all about the immersion.
I was like, what?
I love it. And she's so sassy.
Suddenly everyone has a thing for that dispatch agent.
The thing about the dispatch,
Sanchez
you
did.
gotta be calm in every situation.
Sanchez definitely likes that. He's like, is it her? It is her, isn't it? Like, you can hear.
You can tell by the voice, right? It's like she's the only one that talks like that.
Is she even Southern, really?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who cares? We'll let her off. My favorite part. It's difficult. It's difficult. I kind of have two favorite parts. I found I found Say's backstory the most enjoyable. With the fun interaction between the parents and the coach and everything. But my god, did you two knock it out of the park with that feelsy dress down at the end. Like, oof. And also, it was quite fun as well to see how the trunch pull would have been dealt with by a supportive father rather than Danny DeVito. Like, whoop, get out of here!
I was so tempted, like, chew your food, you're an animal. Yeah, sorry, my story probably didn't give everyone that much because
No, that's just fine. We totally understand. So, looks like we're going on the raid cry. It's all about the immersion. Here are my social links. Go and check those out. We've got Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Go and check them all out. Twitter, send me a DM if you want to get a game. Also, check out our Patreon. You can find free articles and things over there. And you can support us over there too. Check out our merch. Get a crest on your chest. Also, we have sponsors in Bird in the Storm Publishing, who create modules for D&D and other TTRPGs, and Mage Hand Press, who created the Dark Matter Alpha, a sci-fi expansion for D&D 5e. That was amazing! I'm really happy with this. Oh, there's other things down in the panels below. Go check out the panels for 10 to 15% discount on arasivad.com, tabletoploot.com, and rootink.com. I remembered all of those things.
Did you say Bird in the Storm earlier? Because I didn't do my
I did! Bird in the Storm!
Okay.
It's over there. I don't know where my Bird in the Storm t-shirt is. I think I put it in the wash.
More
and then-
Bird in the Storm.
Anyway, we are going to go on a little raidy-roo. We are going to go and pay a visit to Off the Table, who are currently playing some Monsters of the Week. We haven't been over to Off the Table for a little while. I don't know why. I just haven't seen them online.
all our streaming times are out of whack
Yeah, we've
now. So
this season. Who knows? Maybe next season. Oh, that's a good point, isn't it? Because we're finishing a little earlier tonight, so I don't know how long they'll be going, but hopefully you'll still get a bit of time to catch some of the story before we go to bed. Whatever it's going to be full of emotions, possibly full of smooches. That is kind of their brand. There's going to be smooches, so watch out for that. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Until Monday, keep evoking emotions, and we'll see you later on. Bye!
Bye, folks.